You'll have to forgive me. I overslept and I did not get out and have a cigarette. At least I got coffee though. Hey, so that's something, right? Okay. Um, yeah, I forgot to set my alarm. I've been waking up at 5, so I didn't think it'd be a problem, right? But not today. Today I said, no, you don't sleep in, dude. So it happened, right? Okay. Now, I want to talk a little bit about what's been going on and answer questions. And do you remember, this is a very, very, very important thing, that OOC information be transferred to IC information if you're down in the lion's head and you're talking to Numenor. Numenor has the ability. She has an earring that I gave her. She has an earring. Some of the people down there that have the ability to transfer, Numenor has the ability to transfer IC OOC information to IC information. So if you're up here in class, so you're up here in row, and obviously I'm still the magician regardless. Okay. But most of, this is basically OOC. It's also IC, of course, but it's basically OOC. But if you go down to the lion's head and talk to Numenor, what you learn up here can become IC. Okay? So just keep that in mind that, if there's some OOC information that you learn somewhere, okay, you can go to Numenor and make that OOC info IC. Through roleplay, of course. You don't just walk in there and bam, it's there. Does that make sense? Everybody got that? It's actually kind of a very important and powerful ability. Yes, no, maybe so. Everybody got it? No? Alright, cool. Alright. Trinity, who asks questions, 50 million, all the things. Alright. Ask your question. Yes. Trinity, you have every one of the staff have a something magic, something powerful, something that makes you unique. Okay. But yours is different. If they feel that if they want to do that, Jeannie, yes. Okay. If they feel it necessary, no, that's just okay. All right. Only the lead has that ability. Okay. All the rest of the staff have other abilities that makes them really bad. The lion's head is the staff in the lion's head cannot kill you. Every one of them is is armed with something that will kill you. My barmaids are no slouch. It's not. They're all cool and copacetic, and they serve you drinks and everything, but touch them where they don't want to, and you're not just going to find yourself laying on the ground. You're going to find yourself 6 feet under. Yes, your ability makes it so that you can understand any language in the room at all. Okay? Yes, Junie. Okay? So that people don't. Yes, Palinori is telling you right, exactly correct. She has Trinity's special ability for working in the lion's head is she has a raven that understands and can speak and tell her any language in the room at all. Doesn't matter. You whatsoever. She has that ability. Aria is exactly correct. That's right. That's exactly correct. And that's the way, so all of my Lion's Head staff, you know, that's the way they are, you know. I equip I equip my people well. You should, it was Aria just spoke up. My librarians up here, they have the ability, this is actually a good lead-in opportunity. They have the ability to identify anything that you bring in the room. Okay? Anything that you have gotten in the deep roads or etc. They can identify it because they have access to all the books in the whole library, and all kinds of a really cool magic setup upstairs and everything. So they can identify anything. Okay? And by the way, they both wear rings to make it so that they are immune to iron. So you can't be coming in and say, "Oh, I got an iron sword, Faye will run away." They'll be like, no, I'm not good with that." Got you. All right. Actually, Arya is correct. Zyphoid, if you don't have a blade, Zyphoid process is the fastest way. Even which is slightly above the point which you refer to, but you could snap off the Zyphoid process with a proper strike, and that Zyphoid process will be your penetrating force into the heart, and that will kill any person. Anyway, too much information for you guys, right? All right, now, um, okay, so my obviously librarians are just as deadly as my bar staff. I try to make it so that, hands off, people. You can look, but you can't touch. Same goes with my blood knights. Don't even get me started there. All right. Oh, ripping it out? Yes. Well, you are correct. If you're trying to rip out someone's heart, the hyper process can get in your way. You might, you got a little bit more, a little bit different, but okay. Anyway, okay, so kind of got sidetracked there, but it was important. It's important for everyone to know that OOC information can be made icy. All you gotta do is talk to Numero in the bar. Okay? You know, and yes, if you feel that you need to note card the conversation so that someone can say, hey, you don't know that, that's metagaming. Then you can say, hey, look at this, see what I did? You already know Numero's got that magic earring, right? Right? I thought you did. You see, we had this conversation, and now I know. Now I know this thing. Alright? So if you feel the need to do that, more power to you. I encourage you to do so. You know? Numenor is down there for role play. Right? So, cool. Actually, OOC, Jilo Orthoris is about to have a figurine arriving at her house. She's not a Blood Knight, but it's still a figurine. Somebody that I built a few years ago, about 4 years ago. I built a whole series of action figures of some of our players, and one of those is going to Jalil Orthoris. Actually, I have decided that when I start my next series, I didn't do a series 3 because series 2 took so long to be delivered. But I think I'm going to start a series 3, and when I do, Palinor is going to be on that list. I've already made that decision. Anyway, I have sidetracked you guys all way too much. My apologies. Okay, back to the matter at hand. The black dots in the sky. The black dots in the sky are holes from the plane of chaos. Plane of chaos is this semi-intelligent entity filled with, which would be filled with galaxies and planets and planes of existence. But it is oblivion, so it doesn't have those things. The plane of law, which is where you guys live, where we all live, it's filled with that stuff, okay? It's semi-intelligent as well. That's why it lets us all know, say, hey, you know what, we're under attack. And the plane of chaos is constantly trying to eat the plane of law. Now, it has constantly is subjected because as people, as mortal beings, 200,000 years, what? That's not just ancient history. That's beyond history. That's prehistory. So prehistorically, and then as far as we're concerned, the plane of chaos has tried to do it before. How many of you have read The Crossing? Anyone here read The Crossing? Dun, 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 dun. It can't be a long time ago. I just wrote it. I just wrote it like over the course of the last 9 weeks. I've been putting out a chapter of it, or a page, technically. The page. I know that a long time ago I talked about it, but I actually wrote the story, and it was like 7, 8 pages long. Yes. Okay, good. Now, if you have read The Crossing, okay, then that gives you a preamble. It gives you a prologue to what is going now. Okay, so what is going on? Because that was, yeah. So I mean, that was, well, about 500,000 years ago. Yeah. Yep. The crossing takes place about 500,000 years ago. Okay? But it is a prologue to what is happening now. Okay? Because it is the last time that the plane of chaos itself tried to eat the plane of law. Now, it's been sending, there have been forces from the plane of chaos throughout, for the last 500,000 years. Okay? The other thing, they are a force from the plane of chaos. The plane of chaos, when it sends someone through, when someone exits the plane of chaos, they develop physical bodies, they become subject to gravity, inertia. None of those things exist in the plane of chaos. Okay? And the plane of chaos, it lacks all laws, every law. There's no law of gravity, there are no rules there whatsoever. Okay? Not just little rules, like you can't cross the street when the light is red. You have to wait until it turns green. No, not just little rules. No, big rules like gravity, inertia. No, the fact that your body stays together, okay, and you look like a being, okay. None of those apply in the plane of chaos. So, when a being exits the plane of chaos into the plane of law, it becomes subject to those rules. Okay? And some of the beings have been doing it enough that they have they have developed an adaptation. Okay? Like the elephant, for example, they originally came from there, but they don't want to go back. They still want to eliminate the plane of law, but they don't really want to go back. They've been here enough. They're like, hey, I kind of like it, right? Okay, Jill or Aquarius, what's your question? Dun, dun, dun. Okay, plane of law Okay. Thank you for the question. This is a step above. Okay. In Dungeons and Dragons, it got the plane of chaos and the plane of law kind of got lowered down. Okay, to just be the same as Asgard, the material plane, Elysium, the Nine Hells. It got lowered down to that effect, and that's what people got used to. Okay, but that wasn't how it was designed. Okay, it was designed to be this overarching, these two overarching umbrellas. Okay, all right. Now, Nirvana is a place. Okay, and Nirvana is what the plane of law in Dungeons and Dragons is. Okay? So if you have the ability to summon if you have that ability, which is actually not common, let's say you do, all right? You are contacting Nirvana, okay, which is the plane of, which is the, which is order, what it used to be, what in Dungeons and Dragons they call the plane of order. Am I confusing everyone? Or do you get me? Okay? There is a difference because the plane of law and plane of chaos are not standard regular planes like Asgard or Prime Material or Nether, negative material plane. They're above and overarching. Okay? All the planes that you know of, every one of them, Nine Hells, the Abyss, Asgard, all of that is inside the plane of law. Okay, Elysium is a plane. Okay, and you would have to be really high level to summon a diva. Okay, but is it possible? Yes. Okay, it is possible. It is as likely and unlikely as summoning a high level devil. Okay, obviously summoning an arc devil is not going to happen. Okay, because just like summoning Zeus is not going to happen. But could you get a diva or a Valkyrie or a Malikith? Yeah, it's possible. Yep. And that is different from the plane of law. That's from Elysium. All right. Sounds like I answered the question. Okay. Back to what I was saying. So, plane of chaos, this overarching plane, is trying to devour the plane of law. It is oblivion. Okay. Anyone remember the never-ending story? All right. Plane of chaos is the nothing. Okay? Just give you a visual of what you're against. A visual of what's going on. The plane of chaos is the nothing. Okay? Where it eliminates everything. It's not trying to, it doesn't kill. Okay? It's not trying to kill. That, okay, just so you know, all the that wolf thing is just a force that works for the planet chaos. Okay? And it's just like with us, when you guys start, yes, it's unmakes. Exactly. Oh yeah. Just like when you guys are start to come across weird things that are all tentacles and eyes and teeth. Okay? Those are just um, forces that work for the plane of chaos. Okay? Exactly. It's when the plane of chaos sends a tendril down to smack, to try to hit us and cause damage. Everything it touches when it goes through is going to animate and become some weirdness, some abomination, some eyes and teeth and tentacle creature to attack. Beholders, Shaggoths, gibbering mouthers, um, yes, that's right. It's exactly true. Yep, that's right. And that's why and the reason it's coming here, okay, in case you have, in case you haven't figured it out, the reason it's coming here is because of me, okay, or because of the magician, not the game master, because the magician saw a threat to the cosmos, okay, and feels that our peoples can handle business, okay? Because we have you guys have mortality, right? Now here's the big thing. The plane of chaos feeds on immortality, okay? It feeds on immortality. So it is going for immortals, okay? Yes, a gelatinous cube is actually a giant jello shot, but it will eat you from the inside out. So just so you know, just so you know. Okay, but um, it feeds on immortality. Okay, if if it went somewhere else, they're all immortals already, aren't they? Yes, no, maybe so. Everybody follow me. All right, everybody follow me here. All right. I realize the jello shot conversation is fun, and I get you. But I'm talking here. All right, now. All right. Uh, so if they go anywhere else, then they automatically have food. Okay? Yes. It's the elemental lords, not just the elements, the elemental lords, the gods, the, Asmodeus, Baal, Loth, they are threatened. Okay? You know, even Grandfather Wolf, all of the elementals. Yes. Primordial spirit of echo. Yes, you too. That's absolutely true. All right. The the Fey Lords, yes, they are. That's right. They are they are threatened. Everything that is immortal is a threat, is threatened. That is what the plane of chaos feeds on. It feeds on immortality. Now, why would it go for a mortal plane, the prime material, when it has all these other choices? That is what that purple field that the magician put up is to draw it here. Okay? And that so that it can be fought off. All right? And that's why he is equipping all of you with the ability to fight against it. All right? Now, also that shield makes it so that it can only drop one tentacle at a time. Otherwise, it would just be like, you know, a jackhammer. Every part in every part of the world would just be constantly being hit. But that shield draws it here and makes it so that it can only hit one spot. Okay? Alright. Now, with that being said, we know that it wants to extinguish the light. Because if you extinguish the light, it makes it so that it's just a little bit darker, isn't it? That's why it's going after Belshazzar's Quixote as its first target. Okay? It's like if you extinguish the light, it makes it just a little bit darker. And when you start having despair and discouragement and all the D's, then it makes it a little bit easier for chaos to reign. Okay? And, you know, even for all the demons, I don't know if we have any demons in this room right now, but even demons from the abyss, even they are threatened because they still have physical form, don't they? Okay? Even if you're a shapeshifter, so that you can manipulate matter, so that you can change from one shape to another, you still follow the laws of nature in order to do all that. All right? Plane of chaos wants to take that away from you. Okay? But the magician felt that you guys have something that nobody else does. You've got mortality. You can fight back. Alright? You can fight back when everybody else is going to have a whole lot more trouble with it. Okay? You have mortality. Yes, you are right. Now, Jill, that's an answer to Jill Orthorius. So that brings me up to the next thing I'm going to say. Is that next Sunday, there's going to be a GARP attack on the home. Okay? This is the last battle they went for the White Queen and Philip. Okay, they did not succeed. So what they're going to do next is they're like, okay, all right, we know that we know that the Hoon protects the Queen because they've been gathering information, okay? And so they're going after it. The reason you guys know that is because my ravens have been passing this information out to you. So you're not just now hearing it, all right? And the Nevermore and Quoth have been flying across all the realms. In case you didn't know that, if you haven't been reading my stuff, maybe you didn't, but if you have been, you already know. Quoth and Nevermore have been flying everywhere and passing words. Say, hey, this is happening. So if you want to role play that a raven lands in the courtyard and announces, hey, the bad guys are about to attack the Hoon, right? Obviously, word a little bit better than that. But you get me, right? Now, they're going after the red Hoon, okay? They're going after the red Hoon. So it's up, and I know it's super magically protected and everything, but this is an entire plane attacking it, okay? This is, not some mage. This is not Nargaroth even, okay? This is not a Talmaru, okay? So, I so keep in mind these tentacles. This is the plane of chaos attacking. Those super awesome protections that are on the Hoon. Hey, they may stop Nargaroth. The red Hoon is the one. Okay. Yeah. All right. That's the answer. A Talmaru works for the plane of chaos. Yes. Yes, so others might also. No, that is correct. But not Nargaroth. Nargaroth is a lawful entity. Okay, he's lawful evil. His goal is to control everything, everyone. Absolutely enslave the entire plane, all the peoples that he can get hold of. But he's not chaotic, so he is an enemy of a Talmaru, which makes him also an enemy of the Nameless. I'm gonna now, okay, so Valsharis Coyote has christened the plane of chaos the Nameless. And so I'm going to try and remember that has happened. Okay. Crew's mushroom sandwich does not have mouths or tentacles, I can assure you. Okay. I can assure you of that. It was made by a copper frog that some people already know. No? All right. Let's see here. So, yes. So, next, the 1 week from today, there will be a GARP battle, a GARP attack on the Red Hoon. Okay? And folks, okay, it's going to be 10 o'clock, just as if I were running a row. Okay? Just like I was running a row. It's going to be 10 o'clock, and we'll end at 1. Okay? So and that's only because it's GARP, so there's going to be a lot of stuff going on. Do keep in mind that I'm going to move at my speed. So if you are a paradiser, okay, and that's okay, there's nothing wrong with you being a paradiser, but do as much preset as you can. Because otherwise, when you're sitting there writing 3 pages to my one sentence, I just rolled right past you. Okay? Our peer is part of the dealio. A paradiser is, I will have you roll dice, okay, for things that happen. Okay? So stay with the 3 line. If you're going to go with 7, 8, 12, 953 lines, have it all preset. And do remember, some of it may not be valid by the time it's posted. Okay? Well, the posting order. I'll see how it shows up. I'll see how everyone shows up, because I've run 200 people, 250 people in a game before. Okay? Because I have run, you know, what's the best way to put it? I have run convention center traffic. Okay? All right. And how I do that is every 6 people, okay, becomes 1 person. Okay? And every group of 6 people becomes 1 person. Okay? So that ultimately, I'm only sitting there, I've got 6 people that are in front of me. And every one of those 6 people have, a, a whole group behind them. Like one of them usually 60 people or so are represented by that 1 person. And they are all collectively figuring out what they're doing, passing out their notes and all that stuff. And then by the time it gets to the lead, that tells me what group 1 is going to do. Okay? And it can actually be done pretty quickly, because when you have a time limit, when you already know, say, hey, you know what? This guy is only here for 3 hours. He's our dungeon master for 3 hours. So, and I have this thing, my game, my rules. Okay? I walk in there, that's how it is. Okay? This is how we roll. Okay? And so, next Sunday, yes, exactly. So next Sunday, I will, if any NPCs want to play, that's fine. Otherwise, I am going to be creating all of the NPCs. Yeah. I'll be rolling the universe out like nobody's business. Okay? And as far as posting order goes, I hope you have 6-sided dice. Okay? That's something pretty much every person in the whole universe has. You all have six-sided dice, right? Your Monopoly game has it, your Life, Yahtzee, okay? Yeah, you know what? I don't have six on SL either. That's something that would be helpful. But six-sided dice is what I use for initiative. Okay? Six-sided dice is what I use for initiative, and that will tell you who goes first. What's on second, I don't know, is on third. Okay? And that is how it will go. It's not going to be a already assigned posting order. Okay? That's right. You'll be rolling some Yahtzee up in the plane of chaos with face. Okay? So, yeah, life does use a spinner, but it also comes with a six-sided dice. I don't remember why, but it does. Okay. So, so for next battle, you're going to need to have the 100-sided dice on your screen, and if you do not have that, I know there are several people here that will, that they can just give you one. That is in world. Okay? All right? And and I'm going to trust you, so don't break my trust. If I can get someone to make a six-sided dice in SL, you can do that, Jay Moonsnow? If yes, then please do so and pass it to everyone. And if you can make if you can make it have a graphic, make it have a red dragon on it in homage to Gary Gygax. For those of you that don't know, Gary's favorite thing, favorite beast D&D was the red dragon. Okay, so anytime that I do any homage to him, I always add a red dragon. Okay, and so you know, initiative, the lower the number, the better. So if you roll a 1, that means you're first. You roll a 6, you're last. Okay? So six-sided dice is what we will be using for initiative. The 100 is what we will be using for combat. Okay? We won't be using the 20-sided dice for combat. I know that all of you that are D&D players will be like, oh, I'm sorry, dudes, but the 100 fits my style much better. Okay? Okay. Yeah, we're not using second. Nope. That's where we're using 100. We're using a 100-sided dice for attacks. Okay? Thank you, Julie Roxley. She just gave me a six-sided dice. Okay? We use the 100 for attacks next week. Okay? So keep that in mind. Yeah, I have a 100-sided dice on my screen already. So if you don't have it, contact Junie. She can help. She can get you. Yep. See? Elix has it already. Okay? And I know Malikith has it because she's been running my villains. Okay, and yep, good, good, good. All right, hopefully all of you have that. If you don't have it, contact any of the people in this room who have it, which is almost everyone. Okay. D100 is what we use for battle. Okay, and just so you know, also for players and DMs alike, not only is it the higher the roll, the better, but the closer to the roll that you roll off is matters a lot. Okay. Example. All right. If I say Jalil Roxley, roll off versus me. Okay. And you're going to hear that. You're going to hear that. Okay. It's that kind of thing. Okay. Then let me pull up. For some reason my dice aren't on my screen. Or they're behind something, so that I'll pull mine up. Okay, here we go. Come on. Lag wave. Do, 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 do. Okay. That should. Did that do the job? Looks like it. Wait for it to wait for it to manifest. Okay. There we go. That is exactly what. Okay. Genie roll. I just rolled a 4, which is terrible. Probably couldn't roll much worse than that. But go ahead and roll. Okay, Junior got an 85. Now, so that would mean that not only did Junior succeed, but she succeeded really, 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 really well. Okay? Because I rolled a 4 and she got an 85. Okay? Right? And so when the villains attack you guys, that's how it's going to be. All right? If it's not going to be straight, it's not going to be Thaco. All right? Now, I do need to know what your armor class is, which I pretty much know what everybody's armor class is in the room. So you will still need to submit a character card. Rika, are you going to be there next week? You going to be general? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. All right. So I don't want to interfere with your exams. You need to pass. Whatever it is you're taking, you need to pass. Yep, that's right. Your full roleplay versions of yourselves. So Magister Apprentice Evolve, come with all of your toys. Okay? Plan on it. Okay. Are you going to general? Or you okay. Alright. So Rika is obviously gonna miss it because she's got exams to take. You can log in and have yourself, watching. Okay, but I realize that you've got work to do. That's important. Okay. And I've actually built Kali a few times. I don't always build her that way, but yes, I know that she's been built that way many, many, many times. Okay, but everybody coming with full glory, everything that you have, do it, and remember that I will be running the show. So you use your 6-sided dice for initiative, and I'll be using the 100-sided dice for attacks and defense. So you will be hearing me say, Sable Cat. I'll say Sable. My apologies. Sable, roll off versus me. You're gonna be hearing stuff like that. Okay? My dice suck today. I got a 3. Okay? And Aria rolled an 87. I assume she's rolling for Sable. Okay? Saving throws will also be D100 because there are no 20-sided. Unless someone has a 20. But because the 20-sided, the saving throws in how I set it up is different. Okay? My campaigns are a little bit different. So the 100 is just fine. Okay, so she 20-sided and a 1-sided. How about that? Just giving over here. Nice. Okay. So Sable rolled at 95. All right. Now, in this particular case, all right, as far as saving throws go, we're going to run it. I'm still going to run it the same way I always do. The 20-sided. Okay, Dawnstar, you have a good one. And as far an answer to your question, Sable and Arya can help you with the Drow and Elvish legends. Okay? And we will see you next week, right? Okay. Hopefully, you're out there in the world this week because you need to get acclimated because I got things for you to do. So you got to get acclimated to the world before we can get those rolling. Okay. Yes. That is correct. All right. Dawnstar will be dungeon mastering for us on doing deep roads. At least that's the plan. That is the plan. We'll see how it all goes, but that is the plan. Okay, so what I was about to say about saving throws. Is that you will roll off versus me. Okay? I will and whoever has the higher roll, okay, will get the thank you, Julie. Will succeed, okay, and the numerical difference between them will tell how much success or failure, right? But my rolls today have all been fails. But let's say for example, say for instance, I I got a 71 that time. All right. Now, okay, Elix rolled. That's cool. And he got a 39. So this time I won. Okay. This time I won. Now let's say that was that was a paralyzing tentacle from one of the many possible beasties that I'm going to have out there. Okay. Otieg. Okay. Let's say that was a tentacle from an Otieg. That would mean that Elix was paralyzed. Okay. Yep, that's exactly correct. So you're getting me, right? Your attacks and your saving throws are going to be based on your die rolls. And how much of a thing that you've got is going to be in there. Okay. So yeah, whatever you have available to you, do it. This is one of the reasons why I don't go with that. I don't go with straight up THAC0. You know, is there are too many potential pluses. All right. Next thing you know, you've got, there's no chance you could ever miss. It's like, no, that's not, I'm not cool with that. And there's no chance that anybody will ever hit you. No, I'm not okay with that either. You know, it's got, I have a baseline that I work with, and it works. I can have, like I said, I can have 250 people out there, and as long as they already know what to expect from me when I walk in the door, no arguments. You know, well, they're going to get hurt. Yes, Riker. They could choose to get hurt, but I guarantee they're going to. That 94 was styling. Okay. Yep. That's a nice roll. 13. Now, okay. Here's another thing. You won't. No. You're. If you want to carry them for looks, hey, that's cool. But your stuff is going to be paradise. Okay. You're not gonna. Don't. It's an RP battle. You can wear it if you want, but you don't need to. Okay? It's going to be GARP. Okay? Like your blade, no one has ever got to see what it does. So if you can make it, even if being general is a bit much, people get to see what your Cuisinart dagger does. If you can make it, that'd be styling. Okay? There are people. Okay. Aurelia, are you here? She is. Okay, good. If you are, uh, if you and Desiree have gotten together and gotten on board with the demon blade going on, I guarantee it'll come up in next week's roll GARP. Because I have all these things in my head that I've been waiting to do with your sword, and you ain't been there to do it. You guys got to get together, all right? And Lyria, her sword, same way, you know? I mean, she doesn't have a demon in it, but I got plans. Rika, you know, same way. You know that, there you go. Huh. Well, if she's lost it, she's lost it. That is not my, that's not my thing. That's not, what happens with role play happens with role play. So you guys figure all that one out. That's not entirely true, Jimmy. So we'll have to. Okay. So everybody's kept understanding that next week, next Sunday, there will be GARP. All right, and and I will be running the show. Okay, I'll be running. It's going to be an attack on the home. It's going to be from the Nameless itself. So it does have the ability to do the things it wants to do. There will be a variety of villains that you are starting to understand the kinds that you're going to fight. I just mentioned OTRs. You're starting to get the idea of what you're going to be up against. Every one of them is going to be powerful, and I won't have to rely on whether or not there are avatars for them. So I will just be hammering like nobody's business. We will gather at the home, okay? We will gather at the home, okay? So even though it's not going to be a hack and slash event, we're still going to be at the place. If we need to surround the building because we have too many people to fit inside, that's okay, all right? I'll just sit on the steps and play Dungeon Master while everybody else sits and kumbayas all around me, okay? Got me? Yes, no, maybe. Oh, But they're not going to have to fight. How many people can we fit on in there? Okay. I changed 22 because I know we're going to have more than 20. If for some reason we have less than 20, then we will then we will go there. Okay. But shy. All right, guys. You want to gather here? I'm okay with that. It's a little less conventional. Maybe not. Maybe we still want a better screen. Yeah, Nif already volunteered to be general, so he's going to be the battle card dude. Alright? Because I need to know all the millions of pieces of equipment people are taking. Okay? And if you are in a leadership role, if you are in a leadership role already, be prepared to take charge of your group. Alright? Aria. Okay? All the rangers that show up are going to be, oh, yeah. Sorry. We got Aria and Araya. Apologies. Okay, Aria. All of the bards that show up, keep an eye on that because you're probably going to be responsible for them. If you don't think that you can pull that off, make sure you assign a bard to do that. Okay? Araya. Same thing goes with rangers for you. Alright? I would tell Trinity for rogues, but you won't be able to make it. So, and Nif's going to be busy. Oh, Araya and Michael probably can't make it. Okay? Yeah, I was going to say that, but he can't make it. Okay. So, JDI, you're probably going to be rogue. You're probably going to be rogue leader. You know? But we'll see. Yep. Most likely. Because both Michael and Trinity are out. That puts it in your hands. So we'll just see. You guys come up with it. You guys decide, figure it out. Alright? Nifido's going to be generaling, so he's going to be the one one-on-one with me. Representative from each of the groups is also going to be one-on-one with me. Everybody else, you guys can be, okay, I would suggest you be in chat channels, okay? With your faction, however you have it set up, okay? Paladins, warriors, I don't know, make the combinations. Do what you can, alright? Because there's going to be more than 5 people that show up, okay? More than 6, whatever. I'm not putting a limit on it, okay? If we end up with less than 20, we will sit around the home, okay? But I hope that doesn't happen, okay? I hope, because this event will tell me if I have these kind of events again, okay? If there's too many to fit on a NAR, then that tells me that I will have these again. I'll have them, at least for this storyline, I would have them once a month. Okay? Because this storyline, right? This storyline warrants it. Okay? Alright? Okay. And it's a little foreign. If you want to praise yourself, you don't need to run NPCs this time. I can handle all of them. You can be your draconic flame throwing self this time. You know? If you want. I'm okay with it. I can handle all of the villains. So anybody who wants, all our NPCs, if they want to be heroes this time, that's okay. Just like the Thin White Duke would say, we can be heroes, if just for one day. Mm-hmm. Yes, Myth is currently occupied. All right. So everybody's cool with that, right? Everybody's with me. They know what I'm doing next week. Okay. All right. If we have too many people to fit on a knot, then we will go down the plaza, and everybody can sit around me and play Kumbaya while we game. Okay? Okay. So right across the border. Okay. All right. I like Judy's idea. If we can't be, okay, it's on the edge. Okay, there we go. There we go. Cool with that. So we will just sit on this side of the sim line. No worries. We'll just sit on this side of the sim line, and we'll still play Kumbaya. I will run the show. I'm cool with that. Okay. I know that I didn't go into as much detail as to what's going on, because I'm hoping that you'll read stuff. But if you have questions, yes, we are going to use GARP. Yes. So, yep, we can have people on both sides of the border, not a problem. The more the merrier. This is what I told. It was funny. The last live, the last convention, last. It's not even the word I want to use. Special event. Yeah. Last special event I ran. They were like, asking me about numbers. I said, the more the merrier. Okay. And that's the way I feel about this kind of stuff. Okay. The more the merrier. And if I need to break you down into platoons and squads because it's not already done, I will do that. Okay? Yeah, I guess you're right, folks. Yeah. I suppose it could be called that way. Yep, you're right. Okay. Okay. Now get scared. Tildy's going to be running a concession stand. Get scared. We need somebody. um, Even crew could give out magic mushrooms to every single player. Of course, if you're getting magic mushrooms, I don't know how well you're going to do. No, I'm DM. I am GM. Yeah, so maybe we should have somebody else run a concession stand. That's my vote. I know that we do have cooks out there. Okay, anyway, are there any questions about anything that I have said? Okay, cool. All right, excellent. So I suggest that any enchantments, any role plays that you need to have accomplished, you know, the fact that Lyria threw her sword in the water is probably not a good idea. She's either lost it or she'll have to get it back. And that will have to happen if she's going to be there with armed anyway. If you need to go to a priest to get your stuff blessed, this is the time to do it during this week. If you need to go to a mage to get your stuff temporarily enchanted, this is the time. Use that this week to do that. Okay. So this is to use that this week to do all those things and do them in GARP. Okay? Do them in GARP. Because that will show people, that will show that this is busy week. People are mending their armor and sharpening their swords. Uh, Hobbing their boots. Going to priests to get their last rites or their blessings, whichever they feel they need. Well, maybe they feel they need them both. Who knows? Okay. Since Trinity cannot make it on the event itself, then start. Use your resources. Trinity has been rogue lead. She has been the leader of the Black Hand, so she's got resources. Okay? If you don't have resources, then you're doing it wrong. Okay? Well, number one, as far as priest goes, I'd be talking to your teacher and say, hey, what do I have left in order to pass my level so I can cast bless? So that would be important. But also all your rogue contacts is good. All right, someone just asked about orichalcum. Okay. All your ors, if you don't know what they are, you can go talk to the either the black market or you can bring them up here to the library. Sable and Aria both uh, have the ability to ID anything. Okay. Yes, the shame. Did you not? You the shaman were there at the meeting. Do I have any shaman out there that were at my meeting? I said I had shaman, necromancers, and undead. That's right. The shaman, the necromancers, and the undead all got an ability from me to cast a shield of negative plane protection. Alright? And if you missed my meeting, alright? Okay. Alright. I have been making everyone come to me individually. No, I haven't had the regular heroes meeting yet. I'm about to. Sage isn't here. She's keeping track of my schedule. Because I can't. I need somebody to keep track of these for me. I suck. You know? I can't keep track of all the things. Too many things and not enough things. You know? Valshara Security will tell you that is a common thing I say. No. Shaman can heal. Okay? But they are buffers. Okay? They are designed to they are the ultimate support system. Shaman are you know they are the support units. Okay. Thank you, Joel Serga. That's right. Too many things and not enough things. That's me. That's what I say. Too many things and not enough things. So just keep that in mind that it is the way it is. You know. Yep, that's right. Chiramuso is exactly correct. You know, shaman are the cheerleaders of cheerleaders with magic of the classes. Okay, bards are the entertainers. Bards, they are definitely cheerleaders. You're right. Okay, but bards are not hands-on. Shaman are. Okay, shaman are hands-on. They go around and they touch people and say, "You're better now." Okay, say they're the ones with growth spell and bark skin that you cast on other people, not just yourself. They are the support systems. They make other people better. Okay, that's right. Bards are so much more than entertainment. In fact, World Song, I want to see that role play coming up. Okay, you've been buffed. and it has, I haven't seen Star. Have we gotten to Star yet? Because that would be an important role play once you guys get that role. I already know what's going to happen. Okay? But it can't happen until the role play goes out. Mm-hmm. If I have to answer that question, then you need to talk to Star. Because it is a very important role play. Will have a significant impact on the future. Okay. Any questions about anything I've talked about? In my view, Bard's a little bit different than Nifridos because I know a lot of real life musicians, and they're not like that at all. None of them. At least not the ones I know. But maybe I'm either lucky or unlucky, depending on which way you want to slice it. Because I know that all the magazines are full of, you know, sleeping with every fan and blah 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 blah. But the reality of that is not that way. You know, the reality is not that way. Okay. In fact, I am gonna shut up. Okay. And any questions? Again, any questions about anything I've talked about? Uh, If you guys, okay, yes, no, okay, no, everybody's good. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, shutting down. Bell gospel your attendance, everyone. If I'll definitely see you next Sunday for sure. And do pass the word, okay? What I am doing, okay? Next week, yeah. All right. Bell gospel your attendance. Then that's for now.